Today, we're going to answer one of film photography's biggest questions. What's the difference between day film stocks versus night film stocks? And most importantly, why does that even matter? So let's get into it. Whether you are just starting out or you've been shooting film for a while, understanding how light responds to light is going to completely change how your photo turns out. First things first, film stocks are essentially designed with lighting conditions in mind. Day film stocks are usually balanced for daylight color temperature, around 5500 Kelvin. That's your standard outdoor sunlight. They'll give you accurate colors, natural skin tones, and that classic bright film look. And we also have some night film stocks. These are usually more sensitive to light and they have a bigger number on their casing. 800T, for example, the 800 means the sensitivity of that particular film. Now, the good thing about specifically this film is the halations that you get around the highlights, and that's one of the main characteristics of this particular film, which is also great for night street photography, or neon signs or street lights, maybe bulbs inside a room. All of these things can be taken with this type of night film. The reason this matters is because film doesn't adapt to light conditions like digital sensors do. If you shoot a daylight stock under tungsten light at night, your photos might come out a bit heavy orange or kind of muddy. Now, on the flip side, if you shoot a tungsten or night balanced film stock during the day, it's gonna blow out your highlights and you're gonna lose a lot of detail in your shadows, and obviously your highlights are gonna be blown out. Unless, you compensate with filters or with settings within your camera. All right. Let's talk about actual film stocks. And these are just my personal favorites and my personal opinion. But for most of y'all, I think this is a great starting point. So let's begin. Now, let's talk daylight balance stocks. You can't go wrong with Portra 160 or Portra 400. You get perfect skin tones and great dynamic range. Another great option is Cinestill 400D. This film is designed to mimic cinema and is personally one of my favorite ones to use. And you can't forget about Kodak Gold. If you want to get that nostalgic vibe, Kodak Gold is always there and it's a great one to have around. Now, for night or low light, the classic is Cinestill 800T. Now, this is a tungsten balance and handles neon signs like a dream. This one has a special characteristics that it has halations around the highlights. You can also try Portra 800 if you want to be more risky or experimental. This, even though is a daylight balance film, is still fast enough to use at night, but it does have some color shifts, but people like that. So if you're into experimenting with film, you may want to give this one a try. Alternatives? There's plenty. Now, in case you don't want to spend so much money on Cinestill 800 and Portra 800, then you can give these a try. I've been using a brand called Amber 800T and Amber 400D, and they are a bit cheaper than their counterparts, but the results are pretty similar. Obviously, we can't forget about Phoenix. They just released the Phoenix 2 200, and this is more of like a daylight balance with a blue shift. It's also another alternative. Just wanted to put this one on this video because I've also used it before. There are some alternatives, and yeah, let's move on. Now, the camera that you choose also plays a big role. If you are shooting with a fully manual film camera, you have total control. You can push or pull the film, add filters, and really tailor your exposure to match that stock. Here are a few of the cameras that are fully manual that I own. Now, with that said, some of these cameras do have some auto features, but not a lot. With point and shoots or cameras with limited settings, you are more locked into whatever stock you load. So, choosing the right one up front matters. Some of my favorite point and shoots I own are for medium format shooters, cameras like the Pentax 6.7, Mamiya 645, or Hasselblad. Film choice is even more noticeable because of the large negative. You'll see more detail, smoother grain, and the way different stocks handle highlights and shadows really stands out. I've used some of these cameras in my previous videos, like the Mamiya 6.7, Hasselblad 500C, and my Fujifilm GX645. Alright, at the end of the day, it all comes down to just knowing your environment. We know that daylight film stocks shine in the sunlight, and well, the night ones help you at night whenever the light drops. The important thing here is experimenting and embracing some of the shifts that these films do when shooting in opposite lighting conditions. If you're just starting out, grab a couple of different rolls, shoot the same scene in both day and night, and compare. That's really the fastest way to understand how these stocks behave. Alright, that's gonna be pretty much it for this week's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. That really helps out a lot. Subscribe if you guys are not subscribed already. Make sure you hit and smash the notification bell so you guys can get notified for future videos. And you guys be safe out there. Go out there, shoot some film, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace.
When I'm blinded by your reflection.
Cheers. Not a bad way to start Saturday.